Well, I don't know if any of the old gang's gonna be around right now. I'm certainly earlier than I usually am, and I may have to sign off if I've got something I've got to help somebody with. But I wanted to, I might do a second one of these. I might end up deleting this one. And check the force for additional. Lost my internet connection, it says. Alright. Well, maybe that has something to do with the stream. We will see. Maybe it'll come back. Let's see. My live stream's pushing data out, not pulling it down. But then, well, it's pushing some out because it has to update where I am, roughly. So what do I think about this thing? Successfully connected. I don't think I, want those kinds of messages displayed a lot. What do I think about this thing? Whenever I get something new, I will admit, a little irritated. It's just the way I am. Or something. And so it shouldn't surprise me much that I am. I could have a lot to complain about with this sim. I think it's got a lot of potential. A lot of potential. But that's, that's sort of like a, what do they call that, a backhanded compliment? That's terrible. It's going to take some getting used to. Looking out the window, I love how bright it is. I love the the realism. I think I'm running 2K. Kind of hard to know. There's some things that I've just got to get used to and figure out what exactly they're doing. I tried to go into full screen mode using the borderless gaming, and I've got a border. And there's lots of things that I'm just starting to get used to. And there's a lot to learn before I can find out some things. Hi, Christopher. How is the sim? Well, that's what I was just talking about to myself, because you're the first person that's actually chimed in. There's it's got a lot of potential. There's some things I've got to turn on and turn off. I've barely got it to where I can use my flight controls, really, kind of. I figured out how to assign them. There's curves and stuff like that. So there's a lot to learn just about how to do things. There's the camera controls are all foreign to me. It's got like 10 built-in fixed cameras, and then there's 10 more custom cameras that you can have. And then there's, I think there's another 10 or so sort of pre-created cameras. So if I do this, how do I do this? Okay, so yeah, so you can use your keyboard, the shift and the keyboard. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh my god, I'm in trouble. All right, let's get the autopilot back on. Let's see. It says yaw damper's already on. It's not gonna let me do that yet. Okay, so I gotta do this. Except I can't do that. Alright. So that's... Okay. So it still remembers 5,000, remembers my heading. Hey Lucas, have you been trying it? There's things that I automatically like about it. I mean, the lighting, no doubt. Some things I like about the way this cockpit is working. You know, there's some things that are definitely similar to FSX and Prepare 3D, though I mean the graphics are light years beyond that. I would not call them perfect. I would not call them perfect graphics. And I'm not sure. Try something. Alright, so if I wanted to... I'm not going to go full screen. It's kind of, the Raleigh effect is kind of greenish, kind of aqua-ish out here, if you can see that. The mouse wheel zooms just like X-Plane, and you can probably change that. Your PC didn't handle it very well. Well, I'm using medium settings. I didn't figure I wanted to set my expectations too high yet, because everybody seems to be trying to run ultra, and they're just getting disappointed. Well, I'm in the TBM, and see, there's so much I've got to do. First off, I've got Cytec panels for my gear and for my flaps and for my trim, my pitch trim, and actually for radios too, and for my autopilot control. Not that I care about the autopilot control in this airplane. Not that I care about the autopilot control in practically any airplane that they've created so far. That 350i has there we go again. That's another thing. See, I'm making mistakes. ASXGSA. I hope you can change that. Yeah, you got the autopilot control here, just like in the 350. So I'm kind of eager to try that airplane out too. Yeah, there's it's rough around the edges in some ways, and like for example, see, that's me making a mistake. Whenever you see it do that, the middle mouse button no longer just moves the window like an X-Plane. It actually locks your movement of the window, so you can click it once and then rattle, 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 rattle. So that's different. You have to use the right mouse button if you want to. If the right mouse button is behaving like the middle mouse button. This over here is like got a graphics anomaly right there. It's not bad. It's okay. You will be able to run ultra or high for sure, mate. I tried to run medium, and it runs. Oh, sorry. Okay, but it cost you $1, you know. So it cost you 20. So something's not right here. Why is this thing leaning? Do I not have my... You know, it started on the runway running, so it was like a Coronado. Yeah, my fuel selector's auto. So just looking outside like this, I mean, let's see, so if I don't know how to set it to ultra. Hold on, let me see if I can figure it out. Not ultra. I'm not going to set it to ultra. That would be bad. Let's go to general. I don't know if there's a way. Display mode, windowed. See, I've got it set to windowed because I don't want to go full screen because then I won't be able to see anything else. HDR10 is on. Global rendering quality is medium. Okay, so let's crank that up to high. And then there's ultra. Okay, so we're not doing ultra. Alright, so we'll try that. We'll click apply and save. haven't been futzing with those very much, so but it's worth it. Let's do this. Okay, so I did apply and save, and then let's go back and let's go resume. And I assume, you know, and my display is set to 2K. So I'm running in windowed mode, so I have to assume I'm in 2K. These are cool, you know. There, see, I'm doing it again. Lake Susie Estates, that's cool. But, you know, there's times to have those on and there's times not to have them on. So if you're just out farting around on a Saturday morning and you just want to do some sightseeing, you know, hey, look, honey, there's Lake Susie Estates. You post some pictures of ENR. I don't know how to... no, don't want to do that. Oops, sorry. I did something else wrong. Making lots of mistakes. I want to know how to display my frame rate. Some people were displaying the frame rate. I don't know how to do that. I would say it's smooth right now. You know, and if I make a right turn and go back over to Tampa, well, let's see, where am I going? I don't know what this is right here. Let's look at the water. How do I do an external view? Camera. Oh, let's see, did it again. Damn it. Camera. External. Yeah, see, this is going to mess me up. Well, there's the water. You can see some of the texture of it. That's okay, kind of. I mean, it looks like a piece of leather, blue leather. It's better than nothing. I should go lower if I want to see better. But in terms of the buildings, there's some weird lines in the display. I don't know if you can see them, but they're horizontal lines. Let me see if I can make this do this. Like there's one right there, and there's one right there. The sun reflections are beautiful. I like this. Yeah. Maybe the way that they render their game. I don't know if you can see those. I don't know if those would go away if I ran 4K. But 4K might mess up the stream, so I'll have to do that offline. There's no FPS market option. Okay. So... yeah, I mean, if those lines only show up in the outside display, I don't mind too much. This is kind of nice having these indicators here. Showcase, huh? Drone follow mode, real funny. Auto. But can you see the way the... I don't know, can you see those lines? That line right there. There's one right there. There's a little ripple. Alright, so I can't move my view left to right. Alright, so let's do this. No. Drone focus mode, manual. Oh, what is that? Let's not do that. Zoom level, drone speed, 4% drone rotation speed, free camera. Camera drone. Fix camera. Okay, so I'm obviously doing stuff wrong completely. See, I don't know how to rotate the display either. Not a lot I can do right here. I may have to reset the flight because, well, I could always go back to cockpit. There's a lot to learn just about the... Hold on. Alright. Sorry. That was the system doing that. There's a lot to learn just about it. Like I said, it's certainly got potential. The lighting is inside is just gorgeous. The graphics are extremely good. Of the textures, the displays here are not that great. Not that great. So I may have to futz with some settings to get these weird lines out. Yeah, there's some weird lines. But they got some things they gotta fix too, no doubt. We can turn. At least I know how to operate an autopilot if I don't know how to operate anything else about this airplane. But this is not, to me, and I'm just being honest, I was excited about this as anybody, and probably overly excited. I think it has a lot of potential. It's not up to X-Plane level yet. I haven't tried an ILS. There's a lot to try to see how it does. It, you know, if it can, see if it can fly an ILS. I'm not seeing any, porpoising, which is what Chewie was seeing. Let me see if I can show you the line. Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to move my mouse right here and watch the word barometer there. Okay, and maybe over here too. You're going to see it kind of, like right now it's perfectly clear. Okay, so now I'm going to start to move my display. Well, I'm going to try to. Let's see, so let me see if I can find it. There it is. Right there. See what's happening right there. What happened to the bottom of the O? Okay, there's something moving right there. Very hard to make it hold still, but it's a line. Can you see it occasionally? Right there, and it goes all the way across the display. And this is like a 3 feet tall display. It's about every 2 inches there's one of those lines. It's just an anomaly, and it could have something to do with graphic settings. It may be that I need to run this monitor 4K. It could be that I'm running windowed mode and it's scaling, doing some kind of weird scaling. So that's not something I'm real worried about right now. The things I'm thinking about right now is there's so many controls that I can't use anymore. I can't use any SciTech stuff at all. I can use my CH throttles, my CH yoke I can use them fine, but assigning stuff is gonna take some figuring out, And I'm asking myself if I need to get FSU IPC, which is something that if you ever had Prepare 3D, you would know what that is. What else? It may be possible to figure out this camera system and just use it without any external camera system, but it may be difficult to maintain. You know, so that's going to be left up in the air. In terms of performance, going back, let me look. Okay, come on. I've got to learn how to do these. I may try to make my controls similar to X-Plane so this doesn't mess me up, because I'm going to probably be going back and forth between both, and I don't want to be, oh, that's right, I'm in this sim, I'm in that sim, so I have to use this command. At least right now, I'm flying towards Miami. Hold on just a second, I gotta tell somebody something. Okay, so yeah, the performance, you're right. Performance right now, flying here without a whole lot of buildings around it, the performance is great. I've heard people complaining a lot about performance in this. Let's see if I can remember. Yes, yeah, I can't get the commands to the camera cockpit. Heard a lot of people complaining about FPS. They're trying to run Ultra, and they're trying to run it like, I don't know, if I ran it, you know, I mean, one thing you could, let's see, so if I did a apples to apples comparison, what if I loaded up Miami? Let's see, so if I go to General, is that where you go? Options, go to main menu. This will return you to the main menu. Okay, well, that's all right. So this is the main menu. Yeah, I've got to tinker with stuff like that, but I want to do it inside the sim. Let's see, so if I go to world map, where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to load up? Los Angeles? Long Beach? Which is, that's pretty challenging. Okay, LGB. That'll take us towards Los Angeles. Okay, so we'll see. I selected an airport, and what did it do? KLGB. Alright, so now I'm at Long Beach on runway 30, and I'll just put in KSBA Santa Barbara. Not that I'm actually going to do this flight. Alright, the whole point is to see what kind of performance I get. This is just for performance. And to look at California. There's a lot of exploring to do. Yeah, so I'm going to try to avoid buying any utilities to the extent that that's possible. But if managing views is that difficult, I may go, challenging. Oh yeah, advance. Let's fly an advance. This looks to be in Alaska right here, kind of. Yeah, there are so many places to go now. That's the one thing you gotta love about this. No matter what, you know, that layer of having every place in the world and not having to do any scenery preparation on your own at all is just by itself would probably be making it worth it. See, Lucas, this is my escape, right? This is my escape. Alright, so here we are in Long Beach. Okay, so let's give it a moment to sort of sort itself out here. Now it's going to do it'll do its video thing. Pretty cool, actually, right? I'm not going to let it take off. I think this is Long Beach because it's got a big display threshold. Where are you going? There you go. Alright, so let's do ready to fly. My, oh yeah.
Aural warning, okay.
Okay, park and brakes engaged. Control, num, delete, because my controls don't work. So if I do a control, num, delete. Now, I didn't mean to go outside. I don't want to go outside. Alright. And my hat switch on my yoke doesn't work. These are the things that annoy me right now. But, in some ways the trees look better, in some ways they look worse. Because, well, let's see, let's look over here real quick. They look pretty interesting. I'm gonna really have to get rid of these messages at some point. Those look like bushes more than they look like trees. But still, they look like something living as opposed to something that was copy and pasted everywhere. So I'm not complaining too much. Those trees look pretty good. That's a good thing there. These out here look like triangles. Weirdly shaped polygons. Camera page minimized. You gain some FPS. The camera page... Leave the camera page minimized. What does that mean? So, like, the camera thing here, and then minimize it? See, how would he know? Because you said there's no way to check FPS. I don't even know how to change the time of day, which we may do. we may try that because I want to see what nighttime looks like. I'd like to climb up to 28,000 feet and see what nighttime looks like, and that's where there's a real thing. I will say that the engine characteristics of this airplane as opposed to the hot start are a lot different. Several things that are different. Flaps go up. The yaw damper needs to go on. Yeah, that looks like you know, this area right here close to me looks beautiful. That over there looks good. Okay. Oh, come on, damn it. This area right here looks really good. Out there it looks horrible. Looks like those buildings caught fire or something. So I can see why people want to run Ultra. And that is basically plain. There's nothing there. It's just this. So this may be a characteristic of flying over. Yeah, see all that? It looks like there was a gigantic fire and all those buildings burned up. Trick there is don't look or don't fly in Los Angeles, one or the other. And those lines, they're about every inch, a little over an inch apart. Maybe a setting, I don't know what it is. I'm sure I'll find out. Yeah, the great Los Angeles Fire 2020. Compton Woodley Airport. Yeah, airspeed's above 110 knots. That's right. Why, you know, why wouldn't it be? This is a TBM. TBM climbs at 130. All right, so let's settle down here. And my trim doesn't work on my yoke yet because I don't know how to set it up. I got to learn how to do all that junk. Let's do Alt. See, when I press Alt, that should go to 5,000 or 4,300, and it's just staying there. So I'm going to set it at 4,400. I'm going to press the autopilot. I'm going to press heading sync, and I'm going to heading. Okay, so let's see what it does. I'm getting really annoyed by these messages. The world looks better up here at 5,000 feet than it did down low. I don't know that they really want to be doing whatever this is right here because it does look like something burned up. This here looks quite a bit better. And I haven't, you know, I haven't even started looking at things like flight dynamics. See how aqua that looks up there, kind of greenish? I mean, it's okay, I guess. I'd get used to it. We'll fly over downtown. So what do I think of my performance right here? How do I disable this junk? That's what they need to tell me. But you can be, you know, the one thing you can say is this, you know, the buildings are there. Downtown looks a little weird, but it looks good. There's not a lot of shimmering. Graphically, I think, you know, it passes muster, mostly. You know, I don't think I have any plans to try to run ultra mode, period. I'll just have to learn to like this, learn to make this better. And learn how to adjust my controls to where I can understand how to use them. So I did put on alt, right? Yes, I did. So did you decide you're not going to hold the altitude? Is that what you're doing? Let's do a BS. Can you load up on ENRA and ENSB? Alright, I can load up on ENRA. I'll try. Well, give me a moment here. Let me just take a quick look over these mountains over here. Just right there. I just want to see how Ventura looks and how Malibu looks. Not Ventura. We'll just go to Malibu. You know, I've got tons of time to do this, but that's about 5 miles up ahead. Where are you going? No, no. Yeah, I've got to, something in my settings is a little bit goofy. And I feel certain that this is a scaling issue of some kind. That's what that is. That the line going, those lines going across. Which you can see, if you look out here at these buildings, you can see those lines. They're horizontal and they're creating shimmers as they're moving across the terrain. Pretty sure that's a scaling issue. I do like the way those mountains look over there a lot. The coloring looks realistic. It looks better than Orbix. It looks more natural color, which has been my beef about kind of my beef about Orbix for some while. Is I think they've gone a little bit on, they've gone to the dark side, if you know what I mean. This here is, I think this is winter time and this is summertime. So they've got some color correction they've got to do. But this is more like Orbix right here, so I guess I shouldn't complain too much. So this is Malibu coming up right here. Looks very natural in here. I mean, that's what I would expect those roofs to look like. You can see what it looks like when I zoom in. X-Plane doesn't look so hot when I zoom in either, so I'm not going to be too picky. So yeah, that looks very realistic, Malibu does. This down here does. That is maybe a different season, that's all I can think. If I go out here, this looks just as, doesn't look any better than X-Plane at all. Might look possibly a little worse. The trees, there's scattered trees just like in Prepare 3D. X-Plane I think does a better job. But like I said, I think this has got a lot of, well, you know, when you zoom out like this, it looks a whole lot better. So the trick is, you know, it's just like X-Plane. Don't zoom in too much because you won't like what you see. It's true about X-Plane too. But that looks really good. That looks incredibly good. Just the top of that mountain, it's just beautiful and smooth as silk right here. Yep, I know. those messages, I'll leave them up for a while just because they'll be telling me things that'll be useful, and then I'll shut them off. But let's see. So if I press the no, not that. I go like this. It keeps you inside the airplane. It won't let you like move your cursor and go outside the airplane. That's kind of good, actually. I like that. Sorry, I know I'm farting around here, but this looks really good. That's washed out. And, you know, I'd have to see what I can do with the settings. I am sure people will be working on enhancements, corrections, talking to Microsoft, talking on the forums. You know, Microsoft will be gathering feedback for a 1.1 or 1.05 or something. Haven't had any crashes. This wing looks absolutely friggin' stellar. Beautiful. That looks so metallic. It's just stunning. And I liked hot starts. This looks better than hot starts. And the oaks look, I can't put my finger on it, but the oak looks better than hot starts. And that's hard to say because hot starts yoke is really nice. I think these displays aren't as nice as hot starts yokes, or displays. But that could be a function of my displays right now. Like I said, I may up it to 4K to get a better look at this stuff. Okay, we'll go on down to Malibu, or to Ventura. It's just a little bit further, and then I'll load up that other airport if I can remember what it was. I was looking up there. Advanced. Okay, yeah. So cool. Want to send it to my friend who desperately wants to fly, but isn't able to load in the goddamn menu. It's a challenge, you know. I mean, the changes are. The setup is vastly, well, I mean, the setup in prepared in FSX was horrible. You know, it took me some time of finding a way to do it, and I ended up doing a lot of it in FSU IPC, which I loved once I learned how to use it. And then with Linda, which was the programming environment, you could program all your controls and do all kinds of stuff. But I will say I'm not really looking forward to going back to using Linda. I don't want to go back into programming this stuff. It takes too much time. Okay, so we're just about up to Ventura. But I like this. I like what I see. I've got to fix those lines. And then, you know, I mean, this is going to have to be a hobby for a while because it's going to take me some time to figure out how to set up the cameras. And then do I have to, you know, how do I set them up for each individual airplane? And, you know, can I do that? There's lots of questions I have. Lots of things I'm a little bit nervous about. I'm not going to go down and look at the water right now because that would just take too much time. I will say, well, yeah, you can see the reflection of that hill on the water right there. So the water here is right now, it's at the very still, right there too. But it looks really good. It looks really good, actually. Yeah, so this is Ventura, this area here. I don't know where it starts or ends. It's just around this area. The VOR is right over here. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's gonna have to be a hobby sim until I figure out all this stuff. Also, I really don't like I think these colors are off, and these fonts look cheesy. That doesn't look right to me. Maybe I'll have to go look at a video, but that looks cheesy to me. And yeah, I'll have to go look at a video. It just looks a little cheesy. But there's no cheesy about these 3D, you know, the controls. I wish I could stop doing that. Nothing cheesy about this seat. That looks beautiful. Look around inside the airplane. Yeah, nothing cheesy at all. And this is a default airplane, right? So, you know, the only hope they have of getting a decent TVM in this sim is for a long time is from Hotstart, and I feel relatively certain that Hotstart is not interested right now. You know, I'm not going to speak for them. I have no idea, but they're working on their Hawker, not Hawker, their Challenger, and you know, maybe they will, because there's money to be made over here. There's no doubt there's going to be a lot of simmers will move to this from prepared. It'll take some time though, and there'll be a lot of new simmers that'll come into this, and there'll be, you know, it's like FSX. Before FSX had any enhancements at all, everybody just bought FSX and played it. You know, they didn't buy a bunch of enhancements and stuff. There really wasn't any. And then Microsoft changed all that. You know, they made it, you know, and people started making enhancements to the sim. And they canceled the team. And that ended up actually helping FSX because it gave people time to make enhancements. A lot of people were talking about that, how the best thing for Flight Sim may have been killing FSX, the FSX development team. So, and prepared, I'm honestly going to say prepared isn't going anywhere anytime soon either. I think if folks do migrate over to this platform, I think they'll do so slowly. There's a lot to learn. Lots of things are different. There's some things they won't be able to do. There'll have to be tools created, like probably camera tools and control tools for the different kinds of panels. That's gonna slow them up. So anyway, I said I was gonna load at this other airport, so since I've got that skill, I can go main menu. Continue to main menu. Okay, and then now, what airport was it? Where is it? Okay, Christopher, where's this airport? I don't... Oh, there it is, the ENRA. I'm not going to do a flight. I'll just load them up individually. Alright, so... World map. ENRA. Roswell. Alright. And it says I can fly, so we will just do a fly. And I'm still in the friggin' TBM. But I'm honestly going to have to stay in the TBM until I figure out how to set up the controls for the different airplanes. They've got a control manager. But if you're aware of what FSUIPC does, it does a lot more than what they did. Fly over the city. You're going to have to tell me where the city is, unless it's very obvious. And how high? Like 1,000 feet or something? Yeah, pilot guy, yeah, they do. I was commenting that I was just reading up. I didn't notice you were posting questions. How do I like it? I think it has a... Oh, well, here we go. Now we're at night. I think it has a whole lot of potential. And I mean, look at that. I mean, the night lighting. I'm gonna... Let's see, so if I... How do I do this? Let's see, ready to fly. I'm gonna go, before I take off, I think I'll go to here and go to external and close that. And let's see if we can we move? No. Oh shit. I can do that. Look at that. I'm a zoomer. Page up? No. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Go away. Go away. Camera. Camera. Now, smart cam. Default. I don't know what default means. What do they mean default? External view, quick view 1, quick view 2. Like, what are these things? Let's see, so let's just take a look here. I mean, those lights look really good. And the pavement looks amazing. I have no way that I can figure out, yes I know, alright. I have no way that I can figure out where I can break free and actually move my view. Hey Andy, how are you? How do I move my view? See, I don't feel like... Free camera. Camera drone. Fixed camera. External 11. Now will it let me move? Hold on, let me close this. See if it's a... See, this is a free camera, right? This is supposed to be, I can do what I want. I'm changing something. Somehow I've gotten back in the cockpit. I don't know how to move the camera. I guess I'll just take off. I don't know how long this runway is. It's a 1/5 of a mile to Rossfall right there. How do I change my time of day? Alright, so let's change the time of day. Do I go back to main menu? Activities, flight training, world map. Alright, so I'm going to click here. Flight conditions. How about there? And by the way, I've shut traffic off. You can see the weather is preset and it's clear skies. What is that? It's something else. It's not clear skies. It's... I'll go back to clear skies. Oh, and apparently you can set different conditions. Alright, so let's go close that. This runway may be too short for me to get off on. Alright. It's a 2,800 foot runway. It's be a challenge for TBM to get off. Drinking my first Long Island iced tea ever? Ever? Andy, your first Long Island iced tea ever? This is a general rule that you go by with Long Island iced teas. I mean, don't drink two. You go up with R, down with F, and move with WASD. Okay. R, F, WASD. We'll try that. R, F, WASD. Well, actually, I think this looks pretty freaking amazing. Oh, really? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by that. See, that's something else. There's so many things I need to check. Alright. Sharp NTA. I'm going to say I'm ready to fly. So now, does this look real? I mean, have you been to this airport? Can you change the weather and time of day in the weather page in the menus where the camera is? Oh, up here? Here. So you can change the date. Oh, look at that. You can change the snow depth. No, what are those? Centimeters. So that'll be... Alright. You guys game? You know. But, oh, and then... Wait. So I changed that. Now what happens? No, I don't want to save that. I just wanted... Well... Okay, so that's snowing. I don't want snowing. I just want to see snow. Alright, so... Altitude calculation is AGL. Snow depth is... I just got a little bit of snow here. Alright, let's add some more snow. Oh, there we go. So it's automatic. It's just right there. That's pretty cool. Aerosol density. Well, that's pretty cool. So we got clear skies and precipitation, really? I don't know what that means. Lightning, I'm not interested. Well, you know, I'm sure I could load up a storm. Temperature is 15. Nice, pleasant day. Alright, let's close that. Once you take off, fly left over the long water and left over the mountain to the city. Left over the long water and left over the mountain to the city. I'll try to keep my eye on what you're saying, Sharp NTA, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, gotta release the parking brake, which is control delete. Alright, I'm gonna hold my brakes. Not much works the same. I've read that oh, God damn it. This is gonna frustrate me. I've read they've got some work to do on these engines in terms of torque and RPM. I gotta get up to 85. Piece of cake. No worries at all. Gear up. Oh, flaps up was F5 and yaw damper. And let's power down a little bit. So here's the long water, I guess. It's a 2,800 foot runway. I think the TBM requires 32 or something, or 35. And but I mean, I'm not fully loaded, and I wasn't at full power. Turn yaw damper off, it says. Oh, must be hovering over that switch. I don't want to turn the yaw damper off. So, see, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and start futzing with buttons, but I had power. I had 60% power when I released torque, or when I released the brakes. That looks pretty good. Some of the bitmaps look pretty, not the greatest. You can see there's supposed to be trees all around this area, all this area, all that area. So they've scaled back the trees some. Level off and turn left. Okay, I will turn left. I don't know. I can't really see. Well, okay. I can level off. Alright. Right now I'm at 5,000. We can go back down if we want. I'll just fly it by hand this time. Alright, so that's roughly 90 degrees. Hard to see what's in front of me. I can't adjust my trim in that way. I have to. Well, there's one way I can do it. I can just power back. Some, at least. Come on. Really not a... Yeah. And you can see they've got built-in... you can see your head movement. See what I mean? How is the flight model compared to hot start? It's hard to tell because I don't have my controls set up even close to how I'm set up for hot start. It's not awful that I can tell. It seems okay. The engine behaves quite a bit different. I mean the NG, the RPM, the torque, they behave differently. Oops, got a little anomaly right there. That should fix itself. Right now, to adjust my trim, I've got to, I don't know that I want to go a whole lot lower. Let me just, I will put the autopilot on for right now. Autopilot. 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 There. Yep. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. VS, come here. See, it doesn't, when you click the Alt, you know, they've got some bugs here. When you click the Alt button, it should put 40, you know, whatever your altitude is in that window. It's not doing that, so they got some bugs. So this is what the Nordic countries look like. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Didn't have to load up any scenery at all. Downloaded it all off the internet. Yeah, you know, weirdly, I want to fly in Africa. I'm reading a book that a big part of the book happens in Africa, and so I'm looking forward to looking some of those places up. I've actually looked them up already, some of them. Happens in Africa, Italy. Yeah, some weirdness going on with the mesh here. But you know, it's okay. I don't mind. That's pretty over there. So we got some turbulence here or something. Some of the options that they give you, by the way, for cameras are not very flexible. For example, face east and you will see the city. Face east. This way. Down here? Is that it? I guess I need to make a turn, huh? Oh, God bless it. I've got to get used to these friggin' controls. There we go. Heading. Alright, and the friggin' views. The views are kicking my butt. We're not in bank mode, so we should be. Yeah, it would be a lot easier if all these controls were the same as they were in X-Plane. Or even, let's see, what did he say? RF. So F is forward. Okay, that's nice to know. And then you can move it with ASDW. But not in here, probably. Okay, so is it over here somewhere? Is that it? That? Do I have some coordinates? I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't know. I do know that I've got to turn. And see, there it did it again. It left the altitude. I don't know why. VS. And the buttons don't line up with the click spots that well. So right there, I don't see much of the city. Well, you can see some of the buildings. Am I gonna slam into something? Not yet. The click spot for VS is below VS. So that's interesting. What was at the airport? Freeware camera program for FS2020. Well, that's easier said than done. Turn more to the left. Alright, turn more to the left. That's more. So if you're going exploring, you know, I mean, if you're going to do what they've always done in FSX and Prepared and somewhat in X-Plane, if you're going to just go fly between large cities, then yeah, they're probably going to be a little bit disappointed, you know, with the frame rates and with the looks of the cities. But if you're going to go out and explore Norway, then you're probably going to be pretty freaking happy. Or if you're going to go to Africa or South Africa or Australia or New Zealand, you're probably going to be pretty happy. Someplace where there's, you know, not that much custom autogen, that sort of a thing. You know, I don't know which way the paradigm is going to go on this. I know that some people will obviously be wanting to fly tube-liners in this, mostly because of the weather. You know, but when you're up at 45,000 feet, 45,000 feet, does it, you know, what you see on the ground is probably going to look the same in X-Plane as it does here. Pretty much. Difference being that you don't have to load up a bunch of ortho. You can just, it's already done for you. Alright, so there must be a map here somewhere. Well, there's this map here. Click spots need work, but that's a function of the airplane. Okay, so there's an NDB over there, so I guess the airport's over there. Heading 030. Okay, I'll turn left heading 020 because I just saw that. You want me to fly towards that NDB? Wow, that looks really good. The shadows of those trees just looks remarkable. Oh, there's the city. Right there. I mean, when you say the word city, that looks more like a city. Oh, there's the airport right in front of us. That looks good. That looks really good. You get close enough and the autogen pops up and it doesn't, you know, honestly, I could go to ultra mode here, I think. Just temporarily. Hold on, let's see if I can do that. Graphics. General graphics. See, I got a let's go ultra and apply and save. And let's go back and resume. Look how fast that is. That's just incredible. And I don't have any other cameras set up, so you get what you get here. I can't. It won't let me go right. There it goes. Well, I can rotate. That's ultra setting. So if I stay away from the cities, I can run ultra. You can see you see your house. You should have run outside and waved, man. How's that look? How does that look compared to where you live? F. Look at that. Let's press the F key and everything is good again. So I'm not disappointed. I don't know enough to be disappointed. Let me put it that way. Yeah, I don't know enough about this to be disappointed, and it'd be hard. I think it would be, at least graphically, hard to be disappointed. I think learning how to use these cameras in an effective way, or having a utility that helps you manipulate them, it might not be that far off if the one from Prepared works in this one, which is not a great one. I've never been a fan of Chase Plane. And I actually owned it. I was very annoyed by that app. Being able to map my controls and use the controls that I used to use, that I still use in X-Plane. One of the things they advertised is that your controls will work. Well, it only recognizes 3 of my controls. My pedals, thank God. It recognizes my yoke, but it doesn't know what to do with it. So I've got a lot of trying to figure out how to make it more effective. My throttle quadrant, it recognizes it, but I've got to figure out what it means in the dialog box. It's not straightforward. They refer to things like x-axis R, x-axis L, and stuff like that, and I don't, I've got to figure out and make sure I know what that means. ENSB. Alright, I'll load ENSB, why not? I can figure out how. Everything is different. Let's see, so continue. And now I'd be willing to bet that that's Alaska right there. So there's that. I like the fact that you don't really need any anti-aliasing even on high settings. World map. ENSB. You said ENSB, right? What else? What other identifier can I refer to that by? Come on, Lucas. Let's see, where do we want to go? Well, ENSB is not in here, Christopher. So I don't know where. You'll have to find it. Oh, maybe I'll help. Hold on. Let's see. So if I go here, Maybe I can figure it out. ENSB. There's a storm over okay, so there's ENSB right there. Svalbard. LON. Oh, that's the outer marker. Or the NDB. ENSB. Looks like a significant airport, so I can't think of why it wouldn't be there. Well, try to look it up by name. Svalbard. Svalbard is not in there. Hard to believe, but that's true. So, yeah, there's some... Oh, okay, give me an airport, Lucas. I'll go to Brazil. I mean, we could go to the standard one. What's that one? Rio de Janeiro. Obviously, I can't spell R-I-O-D. I know it's in here, I just don't know how to spell it. SSBG. SSBG. Come on. SSBG. Is that your home airport? Wind is 2702. Look at that, you get the runway right there, the wind right there. Really? Well, I mean, they got their nav data from somewhere, I don't know. You know, I'm sure they've got some gaps and some things to fix. And then I think we'll head down to Daytona, Lucas. That'll be your candy, because there's a storm there, and maybe we'll see some crappy weather. See what that looks like. Even though I'm taking off at a TVM and a storm is iffy. Yeah, Rio. I've seen someone did a flight in Rio and it was pretty flippin' amazing. So, while we're sitting here, let's go like this, and let's go to external view. Let's try out your theory. Camera type external. Okay, so now can I move it with R? And SD. Nope, not in that camera, I can't. Those quick views don't do anything. Free camera. Camera drone. Let's try that. F, R. Oh, here we go. R goes up. Let's see what it looks like up here. That looks really good. Unbelievable. Yeah, go away. Let's go up for a while. I speed up how fast it goes up. Oh, recording has started. How do I shut that off? Alright. Yeah, go away. Let's just do it this fast. This is as fast as it goes. You can speed up the drone. I don't know how. A drone with infinite fuel in the camera page. Alright, so camera, drone, follow mode, drone speed. 25. Yeah, now we're getting there. I want to get up high. See what it looks like at night. This thing just will not leave me alone. You said I could use AS, so I can go that way. So I can go forward, back, left, right, and can I do... I want to be able to turn. I can't turn. Let's see. That doesn't work. See, and I clicked the wrong friggin' thing. Alright, let's go back to camera mode. Alright, camera, drone, and drone focus, rotation speed. There's a rotation speed too, but how do you rotate? See, you'd think they'd put the controls right here, but nope. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Camera, drone. Something I did screwed something up. See, now this is all disabled. Everything is disabled. Stuck on showcase too. I must have locked something. There we go. Y key did something. But I don't know how to rotate. Type insert. Well, doing that, okay, so insert toggles back and forth. Okay, I'm using my hat switch. It's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I apparently have to set that up. Well, at least I can see this. I'm not gonna. That looks pretty realistic. So if I go here, go live, 7:41 p.m. Is it 7:41 p.m.? No. Alright, so now if I go camera and cockpit. Insert. What's it doing? Alright, so we're back. So what do you think? Lucas, what do you think? This is your town. See if I can, if I can remember. Alright. That's as far out as I can go. Damn it. Stop it. Frustrating. Very close to reality, huh? Well, good. Because if I want to come here and fly, I could look around and see what it's like. I wish you could zoom on out here. I don't know why they restricted. And get closer. Oh, I turned a map on by hitting V, I think. Yeah, moving the view is backwards. It's opposite of what it is in X-Plane. There's Lucas driving up in his car. Changed his mind, he's going back. You rotate the view with the numbers. Maybe you have to shut that off? No? Well, that changed the view. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of figuring out here. Lot. Let's see, let's go back here. Let's go cockpit. Let's take off. Alright, so just blowing off my checklist completely. I mean, it's like a it wants to be a high-quality sim. Yeah, why isn't Control Delete working? It's stuck. Control num delete. That's what I was doing. Control num delete. Wait, where's the frickin' parking brake? Let's do the obvious. There. You figure all the developers they've got on this project, which I think they've got quite a few, they would be able to get this straightened out. Yeah, I'll get to it. MSFS5. Frustrated by things like click spots that are just completely off. Bugs in the autopilot. I can click out, and then let's see, did I click out? No. Now I clicked out. 2,800 feet. See. We'll go 4,000. Still says out 2,800 right here. So I'll click VS. Now, and then we'll go down. And alt select is on. Click autopilot. Heading sync. Heading. It looks like it's realistic. 180 degrees for the city, okay. Oh, that's the city. I'll reassign that zoom. I want it to be a control mouse wheel. City's on the left. That's not the city? I think that's the city, right? Does that look real? Like, I don't know what my frame rate is, but it's good. It's really good. I'm running Ultra, by the way. So, you know, if I'm flying in a big city, I gotta turn it down. A little, at least. If I'm flying, which is too bad, because that's where you need it the most. That's the city. It looks amazing, guy. It looks amazing. It looks almost as good as Advance. Oh, and there's another city over there. Should I go over to that one? You probably have relatives that live over there. We should visit them. Wow. This will be for joyriding for a while until they work out some of these issues. Messed up click spots. I mean, it'll be great for someone who doesn't sim. It'll be absolutely terrific for somebody that doesn't sim, because you know, he doesn't. He just wants to go up and get it in the air, right? He may not even want to land. Eventually, he'll want to land. But when I want to turn my, turn my view, I want it to be as easy as turning my head. As close to that as possible. Very, very realistic. That's really cool to hear. What would be cool is if you saw chickens. Am I right? Wow. There's another city over there. How much gas I got left? Plenty. Or Carlos Barbosa, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's another city over there. It looks really amazing. I mean, this, while I thought Los Angeles looked like total hell, mostly, this looks unbelievably real. I mean, for somebody that's never been here, it just looks really good. I would just love flying over this area. Figure somebody down here owns chickens. I mean, my neighbor down the street owned chickens for a while. So, it's pretty common to see chickens. Not common to see them at 4,000 feet. That looks just, my idea was I would just sign on and just fly to wherever you guys wanted me to fly so you guys could see what it looks like and all that. I'm very annoyed at the controls at this particular moment in time, but that view right there is worth the whole flight right there. If I do delete this flight, I won't delete the entire thing because this is really good. I'll back up to Norway and I'll erase the whole first part. But we need to fly to some weather someplace, don't we? Or should I go to Rio? I wouldn't, that turbulence is no worse than FSX. I'll say that. I won't say it's necessarily better. This is where I would need to break out the Cheyenne, because Cheyennes fly down in this part of the country, part of the world. And Coronado will eventually get the Cheyenne there. And it still won't have any friggin' weather radar, I'm sure. But look at that, it's smooth as glass. Very smooth. And looks so realistic. Does it? Drastic changing weather in the autumn. Yeah, it's hard to tell if turbulence. Tell you what, let me turn off the autopilot and see how this turbulence is doing. And let's shut the yaw damper off. Let's see what it does. Well, it's moving. But it's, this isn't really possibly the best place to see if you've got vertically moving air. You really need something that would cause it. Oh, you're welcome, of course. Let's go to Rio, huh? Let's take one look. Nope, not in the camera. We don't need the camera. I'm gonna go. There's a lot. You would think that there'd be some way to get to the map from here, but no. At least none that I figured out. There's so much to figure out. The visuals are going to pull a lot of people over. Especially, like I said, inexperienced people. I don't think you'll see a whole lot of new people coming to X-Plane. Unless they're wanting to fly Big Iron, but then they probably get prepared for that. Alright, departure airport. We said it was Rio de... I don't know how to spell De Janeiro. Is that wrong? SBRJ. 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 Santos Dumont. Winds 2702. Runway 2, that's fine. This will be amazing to me. Should we do this one? Well, we'll take a look at it in the daytime and then do an evening flight. 1982. And I probably got it. You deleted yourself, Lucas. Holy crap. All of Lucas's messages got deleted. You are the missing link. Goodbye. Stop spamming symbols. Warning. Oh, sorry, Lucas. I think that friggin' thing... Okay. Boy, I suck at spelling, don't I? Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll fix that. I just loaded that. It's got some defaults or something. I think I set it to asshole mode. Alright, it is nighttime. Okay, so my first impression is these buildings over here, well, see, they disappeared on me, didn't they? We'll let it pan around a little bit so it can impress us. Alright, we're here. Now, no, don't do that. Not yet. What are you complaining about? Park and brake on?
Oral warning, okay.
You bet. Alright, so let's take a look outside. See, I don't know any keystrokes to do this quickly. External. Alright, so there's external. See, it's all backwards, and I'm trying to go one way and it wants to go the other. These buildings over here look really good. Those right there, they look really good. I'm getting really... Those... the closer ones look really good. I'm not so sure about those ones that are further away. Oh, and there's the thingy. So we're going to have to adjust the time here a little bit. What do you think, like that? You guys okay with that? Okay. See, now I suddenly can't pan again. Very frustrating. They got a lot of issues to work out. Okay, we're going to leave it like that for the moment. Go here, go to cockpit, and make that go away, and then I'm going to press Control Delete and hide my yoke. Well, that's great. How do you hide the yoke? There we go. Alright. Nice sounds. Alright, so gear and flaps are set. Yeah, I will. Alright. I will have to try this in 4K. I probably can't stream 4K worth anything. boy, this has a really nice feel to it at night. I mean, really a nice feel to it. Let's keep it on the ground until we get 85 knots. Positive rate. Gear up. The lights are a little bit goofy. Flaps up. Yaw damper on. Oh, come on. Remember, we're flying over Rio, so I'm running ultra, so if you see some stutters, no doubt that's why. But those lights, to me, that looks really good. Wow. Wow. I mean, wow. Holy crap. I'm seeing some stuttering, but it's not bad. See some bug spots on the windshield. That looks... You don't like this night lighting, Lucas? That is gorgeous. I do not know how to turn these displays down. Oh, that's even worse. It's backwards. It's supposed to start out full bright. That is way too bright. That looks stunning. Remember when we were talking about how the lights are brighter, like around the roads? That's what we were talking about. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to go back along here, and then we can do what everybody else does and go over towards that giant statue of Jesus. Peter North here, old adult film star, huge fan of flying sims, great stream today. Well, thank you, Peter. ENSJ. Seven Sisters, huh? I think I've heard of that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust my trim. Ah, I adjusted my trim and it's really too sensitive. better. I'm looking for Jesus. Called Christo Redentor. Christ the Redeemer? Looking for Jesus. Well, Jesus wouldn't mind you saying that. No. Remarkable looking lighting. Well, I know where it is on a map. It's north of Argentina, right? East of Chile. South of Colombia. Yeah, I don't. You know, I mean, I know about 3 city names. And I can only remember 2. There's the 2 you mentioned, Sao Paulo and Rio. And then there's one up further north. Way further north, I think. I think I've actually got some, yeah. You know, you're gonna get your messages are all gonna get spam deleted again. You keep this up. Let's see, we're at 3,600 feet. Gosh, sinking. See, if I fly around here enough that my personal guide will show me these names, and maybe I'll start learning them, and maybe I'll even learn how to pronounce them, because that is scary. Jacarepagua. Alright, I'm still not seeing Jesus. ¿Dónde está Jesús? Debe estar cerca de aquí. Redeemer is on your front. Alright, I'm looking. I suspect he's going to be on the tallest peak, but I don't have my little guide pointing him out. See, I would think he'd be right over here. Where's my guide? Maybe he fell off the mountain. It's my Spanish. It's all Spanish. It's my Spanish. There he is. Got a big sign and an arrow pointing down, just like in real life. This is going to be fun to fly around, but they've got to get working on this thing. They're going to have to spend 6 months just working on things. But they probably have a whole lot of money to work with now. All right. Okay. I don't know how good I'm going to do this. I'm going to throttle back. Wow, that looks really good. Look at that. Holy cow. That's friggin' amazing. And look at those lights. Holy crap. Things to love and things to hate in this sim. Both. I hope they work on the... I mean, the lights are great. The scenery needs some work. But, really, they gotta work on the controls. Retire my words. The night lighting looks phenomenal. It does. I mean, boy. All of a sudden, South America is a very... You're going to have to give me a bunch of places to fly down here, Lucas. You're going to have to tell me where to fly. I mean, besides Rio and Sao Paulo, which are two great places to fly, I think. But there's, you know, I mean, from what I saw, inland, there were nice places to fly there, too. And they don't speak Spanish here, they speak Portuguese. See, I know something. I just don't speak Portuguese at all. Alright, we gotta find some weather. Don't we? See, here's the thing, I don't even know how to pause it. Well, I guess, can always do that. That was amazing. Let's have a look. Alright, Florida. Whoa. So if I took off from KMCO and went north towards Jacksonville without any intention of landing because my controls are so messed up I really can't. We would be in some, you know, and honestly speaking, if I took off from Fort Lauderdale, we would see some serious stuff. This is what they got in Florida right now. So I could take off from Fort Lauderdale, try to fly through here, and come up. And then, you know, we could look, you know, I hope this thing has an X-Rad. See, that's the thing. Well, I'll tell you what, let me go up to Fort Lauderdale. What's the wind? Okay, so we could take off, crosswind, doesn't matter. Take off, turn within 10 miles, and then head northwest. And Yeah. So we could do that. The other option is to go start from, let's see, so continue. Yeah, what we need to do is fly. Well, you know, we could still fly in VATSIM. I don't know how to do it in in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's supposed to be all ready to go. Santos Dumont. Okay, no. Well, let's just look at this for a second, because this is real pretty. I didn't mean to do that. Somehow I did that. That's just freaking remarkable. Oh, in fact, while I'm sitting here, let's go back into the cockpit. Let's go ready to fly. And, no, don't do that. I like the engine sounds. F. And shut that off.
Okay.
And, no. God, if I could just go. Oh, now the flashlight's on. Somehow I turned the flashlight on. MFD. Alright. And map settings. Oh wait, what's weather? Weather selection. Weather selection. What does that mean, weather selection? There's map settings. I don't know. Speed bugs. Nearest airports. Okay, back. Oh, next red. Oh, it does have weather radar. I don't know how to use it. Okay, so let's go someplace that has some weather so we can see. Alright. Let's see, let's go to main menu. Go, Captain, have dinner. Awesome stream, my friend. Good night, Lucas. Good night. I'll probably be in X-Plane again next time I fly. Just sort of cool off from all the difficulties with setting this thing up. It's going to take me a while. So I'm going to go to KFLL and Fort Lauderdale, and well, we could go to 8 right. That's fine. All right, I'll be right back. I've got to take a pill. Right back.